Hi Stampers, it's Tina Shaw from TinaLovesToStamp.com. I am back with the box that goes with those pretty cards that I called the Brushed Blooms and Forever Fern card set, because I used the Brushed Blooms bundle and I used the Forever Ferns, mostly just the dies. So I made this cute little box to go with it, and it's really an oldie but goodie, super easy, and it easily holds. See, these cards are pretty decked out, so they take up a little space. So what I do is I turn in like all the pretties, and it holds 4 cards in 4 envelopes. You could probably get 5 or 6. But I'm just not going to press my luck. So if you don't put as many embellishments and layers on it, of course you could have more. So anyway, I want to show you, again, I'll review the cards. And this was in my post from Monday. Monday was the 22nd of February, 2021. Okay, we've got that one, this one, and then I had one more. But in my kit that I'm having my class, my card kit class, we're going to do 3 cards and then the box. And I am going to show you how to do the box. Okay, let me take all this out of here. So again, like I said, it's really pretty simple. So I will tell you the dimensions as we go. Okay, this is a piece of basic black cardstock that measures 8 by 10. And what I've done is I've scored it on the 10-inch side, the long side. I've scored it at 4.5 and 5.5. And then I turned it around, scored it at 1, turned it to the other side and scored it at 1 again. So that makes the base of the box. And so what you're going to do is just score, fold these in on all the score lines, and use your bone folder to get a nice crisp fold. And so then, as you can tell, what I did was I cut on these 2 intersecting score lines here up to this score line. So I cut it up to the center there. And so what I like to do is just snip out a little triangle of cardstock that I don't need, and that just adds bulk when you try to fold that up. So I'm just trimming this off here like that. Okay, so what we're going to do with this piece, after you've got it all nice and folded, you're going to take these 2. Either one can be the back or the front because they're exactly the same. So I'm going to take my Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going to just put a little bit on my table. Not supposed to. Okay, I want a little bit on there, and then I'm going to put a little bit on here. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to bring this piece up, glue that to that. Same thing on the other side. That one to that one. And then I'm going to bring up, now I have made this piece my front because I have this going back. So you're just going to take it and put it all, hold it down for a second until that glue dries. Just takes it a few seconds. It's really pretty quick. So I just take my bone folder and push it down. And there's the bottom of my box already. Okay, so I'm going to sit that over there. Now, this is, I'm calling this my front flap, or my box flap. And this piece is cut at 9.5 by 6. And I've scored this one on the 9.5 inch side, my long side again, at the same measurements, 4.5, 5.5. Go ahead and fold those on those score lines. Use your bone folder. Get a nice crisp fold like that. And then, as you can see, I've already used my rounder, my punch, my triple, I forget what this one's called. I'll have it in the description and the details on my blog post for you. But this one, I use this to do the corners, okay? And so before I attach this to the box, I have another piece, and this piece is crumb cake, and it is cut at 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And so I rounded the 2 ends on this piece, just like I did the other one. And so before I put that together, I'm going to bring in a little mat. This is on my piercing mat, but it's handy. And so I'm just gonna lay that on there. Oh, I'm gonna take the leaf stamp, and this is from Forever Fern set, and it's this stamp right here. And I'm going to do some background stamping. So I'm going to ink that up, and so I'm just going to put it down in the corners specifically. It's going to show a little bit. You could do it in the upper corners too if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do that for now. So now what I'm going to do, designer series paper, this is True Love. It's cut at 2 inches by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to attach this right in the middle, in the center of my flap. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my seal and glue this down as close to the center as I can without measuring. And I see I've got it just a little too long here, so I can snip that off. Not that it has to be perfect, but I do want that to be straight on there. Okay, so there's that piece. So now I can go ahead and put this onto the front flap, because that's going to fit right there. So I'm just going to use some glue for this. That just gives me a couple extra seconds in case I need a little wiggle room to get it exactly in the right spot. Okay, give it a rub. Okay, so now, before I go any farther, I'm going to take my ribbon that I cut ahead of time. Okay, here's my ribbon. And this is so pretty. This is the Fine Art ribbon, and it's in the mini catalog. And so I think I cut about 19 inches. And I'm just going to bring it all the way around that flap and bring it to the front. And I'm just going to tie a pretty knot. So I just go over and under and through and pull. It's not too pretty, but that'll do. So there's my knot. So now I'm just going to trim off some of my extra here. Okay, so now that I've got that done, now I can go ahead and I'm going to take my box and I'm just going to glue that piece right on the back there. Super, super easy. Again, using my glue, liquid glue, to attach it. And make sure I have it going the right way. Yep, here's the front. So I'm just going to stand this up, put that right on there like that. And then again, just give it a good rub. Push those together. Take your hand. Press that down in there. One thing I was going to do before I put this together, but we can still do it. I've got a 1 3/4 inch punch, and I'm going to take this and try to put this in the center. And I'm going to cut half of the circle. That looks about right. And then what that does, it gives you a little space to grab your cards out of there. So there's your box. Easy, cute, simple. But then, of course, I like to decorate it. So I'm going to use the largest rectangle that's scalloped in the Stitch So Sweetly dies, like I've used on several of the cards. And first of all, I'm going to take my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad, and I'm going to use the same leaves that I stamped on the front of the box here. I'm going to stamp these. I'm going to put one down here, bottom right, and then I'm going to stamp another one in the top left, like that. Very good. Okay, so I think that's all of my stamping for the black. So I'm going to put that away. Okay, let that dry for just a second. I'm going to wipe this off so I don't smear it everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to take, this is a die cut from the Forever Fern. It's actually called the Forever Flourishing dies. And, oh, I don't have it in here. It must be over at my cutting machine. But I also used this one. I've used these cute little bitty pieces. And then if you don't want to stamp this on this piece, you could stamp it on a piece of white scrap paper and then cut it out with the die, this die, and then just glue it on there or pop it up if you want to. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to have it going up that way. And then I've cut out the beautiful leaf in the gold foil, and I'm going to put that one on going that way. So before I glue those down, as in when you watched me make those cards, I trimmed off my little stems because I just don't like them sticking through. Now to do that, I am going to use my silicone mat, and I'm just going to put a few dots onto the back on the leaves. And you're just going to do it towards the bottom part of the stamp or the cutout, because part of it is going to be flowing off of, yeah, there, like that. And then I'm going to take this piece and put it up at the top. Right. Okay, so for that one, I'm going to dab it with a little glue as well at the bottom again. So, have any of you watched the video that I did on YouTube where I made the cards? Have you tried it yet? I just thought it turned out really, really pretty. Okay, but I just love this color combination. I think it's so, so pretty. Okay, so now, let's see. That looks good. All right, so now what we need to do is take a scrap piece of crumb cake, and I'm going to use my Versamark ink, and I'm going to ink these up, and we're going to emboss these. I still have my embossing buddy, which I really like to keep away any static from my stamped image. So after I do that, then I'm going to take my bigger rose and stamp that with the Versamark. And then I'm going to take the smaller rose. This is from the Brushed Blooms stamp set. There's one smaller one, and then I want another smaller one like that. And now I'm going to take my white embossing powder, and I put it all in these little containers I got on Amazon. I think you can get them other places as well. And so I'm just going to put this in my little Stampin' Up old tray that's long retired, but I still use it because it's handy. Now, if you don't have an embossing buddy, you could always use a dryer sheet and rub that over your card, and that should take care of the static as well. A lot of people use coffee filters if they don't have the tray. And so there it is. And so now all I need to do is heat that with my heat tool. Okay, so now let me put this away. Here we go. And I got the little spoons on Amazon too. It's just really cute. Handy. All right, so instead of me taking time to do that, I've already gone ahead and embossed those. And so now I'm going to take the front. It never fails, I get embossing powder everywhere. Feel those little gritty pieces. Can't talk. Okay, so I'm going to put my larger one on first, and I'm going to use dimensionals to pop that up in the center just the same way as I did the cards that I made. And just bend it just a smidgen. Put that pretty much in the center, more or less. And then I'm going to take and put one over here, and then the other one I'm going to put over here. Cute. How do you like that? Adorable. Okay, now see how my leaves show up so pretty on there. Then I've also cut out some of these little leaf pieces from the Brushed Blooms set in basic black. And again, I'm going to use my little mat. And this time I'm just going to use my seal. And let's see. I think I put one like right there. Put one here. And then put that one up there. Cute. And now I've also cut out 3 of these little I don't know what you call them, twigs or something, and out of the gold foil as well. I thought the gold just was a really pretty accent for this. And so I just kind of like to put these where I just put on those black little leaves. And this, these little things are from the Forever Flourishing dies. This is my third one. That one up there. There. How cute. Let's attach some of my pretty gilded gems. I love these whenever I'm using gold because they're just so gold. I guess that's the only thing I can say. They're just really gold, which I love. Okay, so I'll try to get these up. They're really stuck here. I'm gonna put, let's see, where should I put this? Kind of in the corner. Right there. And then a smaller one right next to that one. There. How cute is that? Now, I'm gonna take this, turn it over, use my dimensionals, pop this up onto the flap of my box. So I will have the printed well, not instructions, but the dimensions for the box for you to look at on my blog, TinaLovesToStamp.com. Let's scoot this over a smidgen. Here we go. All right, so now I'm just going to take this and put it, try to get it centered right there. How cute. Okay, now just the last thing I did was I have some little Velcro circles. And so I take like there's two different pieces. And I don't know how to describe it, except one is fuzzy and one is more of a harder plastic-like. And so what I did was I actually stuck them together, peeled off the backing, and took them off. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it on there. And now I'm gonna see when I close my box, and I'm gonna push that down. And then we'll see it didn't come apart, which happens pretty much all the time. So what I do is I take some glue dots and put them to this piece here. I'm gonna put a couple on there, just so it will really be sticky. Okay, let's try it again. I usually have to do this 2 or 3 times. Okay, so hold that down for a sec. And then maybe it would help if I helped it come apart at first here. There we go. So there is my box that goes with my cards, using my Brushed Blooms bundle and Forever Fern stamp set. Well, I used the bundle on that one too. But I hope you like that. I hope you will try it. I love the color combination. And let me know if you do. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope to see you back really soon. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.